Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. From midfield, here's Brady. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 2nd and a couple. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. He'll get it inside the 20. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 42 yards. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Oh, I almost got it.
Touchdown, Bucks.
Almost. That was that should have been. That was a linebacker. That's why I put it.
And the Bucks are an extra point away from evening this one up. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just a second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
The Bucks ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Pickett now on 1st down. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Being chased out left. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Move.
Pickett right back to the air again. Complete to Austin here over the middle. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. To the air on 1st down with Pickett. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Throwing again on second down. Pickett. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Pickett. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Never played.
Here we go on 4th down, and he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And the Bucs defense, they'll celebrate the goal line stand.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. In his own end zone, it's Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Here's Austin. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they do have terrific starting field position, but no timeouts to work with, so they'll need to operate quickly. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
First throw now for the backup, Trubisky. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
second down. Here's Trubisky. He's got this to Pickens. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
But he theorizes that the best performing companies out of the biggest companies provide the best returns. And 2, he says that you should pay close attention to the price to earnings ratio. He found that all stocks with a high PE ratio perform substantially worse than the market, whereas low PE ratios tend to do much better. Now, some of this might seem common sense because a low PE ratio signals a cheaper stock relative to their earnings, but it is a good reminder that high valuations
right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
I will beat you and will stop it.
You didn't enjoy it? My jacket didn't enjoy it?
I put it in there.
Public.com is the only investing platform that allows you to invest in a wide variety of options, from stocks, ETFs, alternative assets, collectibles, and more, all in one place without routing your order flow so that you can rest assured your trades are being placed at the best possible price. In addition to that, Public also gives you all the information and tools that you need at your disposal to make informed investment decisions, including a premium membership tier where you can unlock advanced data, exclusive content, and VIP member support. Like, say, for example, that you want to evaluate a company in close detail. With Public, you can track unique KPIs like how many vehicles of specific model Teslas delivered this quarter, Disney's latest subscriber growth, or Amazon's latest revenue breakdown by segment. And the best part is, with the launch of the new Public Premium Hub, all the latest performance data, price targets, analyst reports, and more are easy to access all in one place on the app. Not to mention, you can also get access to exclusive premium-only content. This allows you to listen to market experts break down the latest headlines, industry trends, and key reports right at your fingertips. And best of all, as a thank you for signing up and trying them out, you can get all the way up to $1,000 as a bonus just for signing up and making a deposit with the link in the description using the code GRAHAM. That's it. So if you want to build your portfolio and start investing, feel free to sign up and check out all the details down below in the description, or go to public.com/Graham to get started today. And now with that said, let's get back to the video. Alright, so in terms of picking individual stocks, here's where things get interesting. A finance professor from Arizona State University analyzed 26,000 individual stocks since 1926, and what he found was mind-blowing. He found that the average stock only traded for 7 years and lost money, even when you include the dividends. In addition to that, from the 26,000 stocks that were analyzed, only 1,000 led to all the growth that we saw in the stock market since 1926, and only 86 stocks out of those 1,000 were responsible for more than half of the profits. So from this data, throughout the last 100 years, only 4% of stocks actually make more money than the average return of 1-month treasury bills, and the other 96% of those winning stocks barely kept pace with inflation. But keep in mind, this analyzed all the stocks throughout the last 100 years. That includes a lot of penny stocks and IPOs of the dot-com bubble. So when you account for the largest publicly traded stocks today, 80% of them make money over a 10-year period. But still, 56% of them performed worse than the overall index, only because a select few leave the group at any given time frame. That means, just like a casino, the odds are stacked against you if you pick individual stocks at all. Although with that said, that does present another interesting question. Even though you might not be able to pick which stocks do best, what about being able to predict?
Well good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken from about the 12. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Some companies give people. So anyways, we only take 8 people per... Says that generally speaking, we do not see a bear...
A lot of drama. His teams weren't always buttoned up. And then you realize a lot of that was Big Ben. Overly dramatic, sort of committed, and marginal shape, sometimes out of shape. Kind of a remedial audible system, depending on what the times are trying. And I think a lot of the stuff I held against Tomlin was more Big Ben. Tomlin is very much like Pete Carroll to me. A really patient teacher, a lot of perpetually optimistic, incredible energy, very good eye for talent. Both the Seahawks have found gems in later round, and so do the Steelers. And I think there's a consistency to his enthusiasm, which is contagious for players. There's a presence. Pete Carroll has a presence. Mike Tomlin has a presence. And I think, you can always be snarky. Sometimes in the media, we tend to get too negative and too snarky. And Tomlin tends to be bottom line, alpha, optimistic, great. He has what I would call juice. He walks into a room and has juice. And I think he's done. I think Sean McVay has this. Football is hard. We had a player essentially die on the field Monday night and was revived. You're asking of players physically and emotionally and the sacrifices they make. And the NFL's added the Thursday games and the 17th game. There's another playoff team in. And it took me a long time to understand Mike Tomlin. But the optimism and the energy and the juice and the presence, not all coaches are the same. Shanahan is more mad scientist. McVay is more culture guy. Big presence, big energy. Everybody's different. All quarterbacks aren't the same. Some are small, some run more than others, some are big arm, some are average arm. And I think Tomlin deserves a lot of credit for this season because it was a miss to start.
This one caught by Cameron Brate. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they wind up getting 13 there on 4th down. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13 and the decision to go for it. Looks like a smart one. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. And this one caught downfield by
Hello, Elite. Now that we've been trapped so ridiculously expensive. It was Trubisky, it was Kenny Pickett, and they've been winning some of these close games with Kenny Pickett, and I don't know if Kenny Pickett's any good. He's okay. Is he going to be special? I don't know. But the division's pretty tough. What you can't have in the NFL is the 4th best quarterback. So what's fascinating about Pittsburgh, Burrow's the best quarterback in the division.
Goes right side. And he's got it.
And right now, I think he is substantial. Then it's Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson. I prefer Lamar Jackson. Deshaun 3rd. Pickett right now is the 4th best quarterback. Now, can he elevate to another level? You can like somebody all you want. If you have the 4th best quarterback in a division, you got to get a new quarterback, right? So that's why Belichick can stay with the Mac Jones. The Jets don't have their quarterback. Who knows the future of Tua? You can make the playoffs if you don't have Josh Allen. You can make the playoffs. The Chargers will. They don't have Mahomes. You can't have the 4th best quarterback. And that doesn't mean Kenny can't play. But Burrow's elite. Lamar, when he's healthy, to me, wins 75% of his games. I've never been as big with Deshaun Watson as others, but he's talented. So that's where we are with Kenny Pickett. Do you buy him today?
Certainly. Hey, made us some money the last couple of weeks with these late comebacks. As a franchise quarterback, I don't know, but Colin, with a quarterback on the rookie deal, you can now go spend everywhere.
You can.
They can fortify the offensive line. I think the receiving core is good. right? The running back solid, defense very good. I think you're closer than a lot of people think to really being a factor in the playoffs.
Young quarterbacks need an offensive line. To me, that's job.
I think the play calling also leaves a lot to be desired. I think Matt Canada is still the OC there.
I think the one criticism against Tomlin and McDermott, dude, 4 or 5 years, get the O-line fixed. I mean, come on, you gotta get the O-line fixed. You don't get 5 years in an O-line. These defensive coaches, do they lack the sensibility of offensive line? Andy Reid rebuilt his in 1 year. The Saints with Peyton always had a good O-line. Like, you gotta get the O-line right with young quarterbacks. But Pickett's got something. He's been good late in games in big spots.
Moxie.
Very confusing, very layered. My takeaway is, just like COVID, it's an unusual circumstance, and you just do what you got to do. Our college football national championship, our Super Bowls are at neutral sites. It's something to remember if you feel like the Bengal fans are upset. The real victim in all this was Damar Hamlin. It's not fan bases. Years ago, the Washington Post had a very interesting article about home field advantage in the NFL, and it just doesn't mean as much as it used to. And one of the reasons is they fly bigger planes, players get treated better, they get into hotels. Let me just read you this from a trainer. He said it used to be teams arrived, checked into a hotel, went to dinner, team meeting, go to sleep. He said now they're a MASH unit, a mobile training unit, set up in a hospital within minutes, trainers, strength coaches, trunks full of recovery devices. Bigger planes, players stick their feet in compression boots, massages, lounge in cold tubs. The reality now, bigger planes, players sleep. The reality is, on the road, and it's never been more like playing at home.
And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this third quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner?
The Rams won in Tampa. The Giants team with Eli Manning, Super Bowl. Road. I looked around last year, the Titans and Packers, home teams, number one seeds off a bye, both lost at home.
But Colin, I do want to ask you, this neutral site conference championship game, would you agree that this game should be played the Cincinnati 3? This game should not be played in a dome.
I disagree. So one of the reasons we hold bowl games in warm weather, because when you have high-functioning offenses, Cincinnati, Kansas City, Philadelphia, over in the NFC, Buffalo. I don't want wind and rain getting in the way. By the way, you say they're built for cold weather teams. False. Buffalo, look at the temperature. September, October, until Thanksgiving, weather's not a factor. You only play, even if you're in Buffalo, you play 3 home games in lousy weather. You generally play 5 or 6 in better weather. We got to remember, football starts after Labor Day. So you play 3 games in September, 4 to 5 in October, 4 in... And where do we put our Super Bowl? We put it in a dome. We put it in warm weather. Even if you're a bad weather team, how many look at Cincinnati, Buffalo, Monday night. There's no wind and snow. The bottom line is there's very few games. We remember them. We remember the snow games. We remember Buffalo, New England in a 35, 45 mile an hour wind, right? When New England didn't throw the ball. But the truth is, even in Buffalo, you're going to play in like 3 lousy home weather. But Buffalo also plays in the division with Miami. They often late in the season go to Miami. They had an out-of-conference game in a southern climate.
Yeah, well, you remember the Colts, how they struggled going outdoors in the playoffs for so many years with Peyton.
Okay, that's the opposite. So that is the dome team. Yes. Asking the Chargers with Dan Fouts to play at 0 degrees in Cincinnati is different.
Stop.
Even a cold weather team like Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, in his prime, would rather play in good weather. Aaron's better in good weather than night.
You distract me from playing.
The best quarterbacks, even if they grow up in cold weather, they want to play in warm weather.
I hadn't thought about that. I was thinking, Bills, Chiefs, you find an equidistant outdoor stadium. Probably not Cleveland, but maybe a site like that. But you're saying you think it would be like better suited for like an Indianapolis indoor game. I think
anytime I get great quarterbacks, I mean, think about it this way. So when New England played Buffalo, and one team has Josh Allen and one has Mac Jones, what was the equalizer? Crappy weather. So did the best team win? No, weather overwhelmingly dictated terms. I don't want weather deciding my football game. It doesn't decide my baseball games, my soccer games. It doesn't decide hockey. It doesn't decide basketball. And by the way, they don't even play in rain in baseball. I don't want blizzard. Occasionally it makes for great TV. But what I want is the world's greatest athletes performing at their highest. That doesn't mean I don't like the occasional, snow game. I understand it. These teams are overcoming injuries and some weather. But I don't think we ever want to take the football out of the hands of Patrick Mahomes because it's 42-mile-an-hour winds. There's a reason we put Rose Bowls and Super Bowls and bowl games in better weather. I don't want to see Georgia, Ohio State playing a blizzard. I wanted to see C.J. Stroud, who's going to be a top 5 pick, be able to throw football because he can see.
How many subscriptions are you paying for? Rocket Money finds sneaky or forgotten subscriptions and makes canceling them as easy as clicking a button. On average, Rocket Money users save over $720 a year. Here's how it works. Just open the app. Go to the Reoccurring tab. And here, you can see all your reoccurring subscriptions. Tap on the subscription you want to cancel. Then tap Cancel Now. And you're done. Subscription canceled. No confusing websites, no auto-renew, no long hold times. Want to save up to $720 a year? Don't wait. Get Rocket Money right now.
They'll go up the middle with White, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Gobi community, we want you to know that you are not alone. We can all feel overwhelmed at times, anxious, depressed. And for many of us, the holiday seasons are not days that are merry and bright. In fact, they're harder than they are any other time of the year. And so we're committed this holiday season to doing everything we can to help you understand that you are not alone. You want to text someone just for a word of encouragement or a listening ear? Text us. It's 940-32.
They missed one earlier, remember, but this time
A real shot at making the playoffs. The Boston playoffs. First things first, Pittsburgh must defeat the Browns on Sunday and have both the Patriots and Dolphins lose. Mike Tomlin may once again finish above 500. Now, Pittsburgh hasn't finished with a losing record since 2003, the year before the team drafted Big Ben Roethlisberger.
out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he will be brought down here
Run of
inside the
17
20.
straight seasons, finishing 500 or better, is the third longest streak in NFL history. Clearly one of the most iconic franchises. Someone who helped in that is this man to my left, Ryan Clark.
Morning, guys.
Good morning. How we doing?
Doing well. What's going on, man?
What's going on?
I mean, I know you usually here for the 8 o'clock, but I know you were busy, this morning being big down and all of that stuff. I mean, we appreciate you squeezing us in. Yeah, good morning, America. How'd it go, man? We're fine, man. Well, this was the day we got to say some good things about where DeMar Hamlin is. I think after such a heavy week, which you all did an amazing job, Swag, you were awesome as well. So I was away traveling, but just to watch, the outpouring of love and the way that you guys presented that in such an empathetic way, I thought was amazing. But to have an opportunity to go on GMA today and talk about the good news and the positive things we're hearing coming about the market.
It really is a feel-good Friday. That you're representing with the jersey as well.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. By the way, Sean McDermott is going to be speaking in about 5 minutes. We're going to take you out to that press conference live from Buffalo and give you all the latest as soon as we get that. We're expecting you to head to the podium in about 5 minutes. In the meantime, listen, I clown the Steelers because it's Stephen A's team. I'm like, it's like the cat with 9 lives. Who wins? Is it Pittsburgh or Cleveland?
It's Pittsburgh Steelers. I think when you're watching what the Pittsburgh Steelers have done down the stretch is they've won with defense. This is the defense that has kept them in the game. But also now you understand what you have
Kenny Pickett. And there are limitations to this team offensively, but Kenny Pickett in the last 2 games, we've seen game-winning drives against the Las Vegas Raiders in prime time and then against the Baltimore Ravens as well, which is one of the biggest rivalries in the entire NFL. This kid is showing that he has the stuff. We're also starting to see Najee Harris and this run game pick up, and also Warren at the back end as a change of pace guy in that backfield. I think it's been amazing, and that 1-2 punch has helped kind of settle Kenny Pickett and get this offense some sort of identity defensively when you think of Cam Hayward, TJ Watt, and Fitzpatrick closer last week as they closed the game the week before with the huge interception by Cam Sutton. I think that this team is just finding ways to win. I don't look at this Pittsburgh Steelers team and say, oh, you got to be scared of them if they can leak in. None of those things are tough. What they're showing you is the team that started so negatively, a team that had so many questions at the beginning of the season, has now started to answer some of those questions. But I do believe that it starts with Coach Tomlin and the way that he continues to do the same message week in and week out. And this Cleveland Browns team, although they played better against the Commanders, hasn't been clicking on offense with Deshaun Watson at the quarterback position. And you do not want to play this Pittsburgh Steelers defense, but you're still looking for answers there.
Well, listen, I'll give the Steelers credit where credit is due because I certainly didn't see this coming. I am pleasantly shocked.
His ass.
They are relevant. And let me tell you something right now.
I could do that all day long.
We know that our man, TJ Watt.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because a game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
Come.
starting to figure out who he's playing with and starting to use these weapons in that jump.